Legends of Tomorrow, episode 14, River of Time. Now, going into this episode, it's like, alright, this is the episode that's going to be leading into the last two episodes, but with the way everything kind of ended, it was like, man, this could have easily been the episode right before the finale, but I don't know where they're going to go from this ending point with two more full episodes. I'm like, how can they have that much content, kind of at the end game, seemingly? But it was a great episode. I love the twist at the end, but, just starting from the beginning, things just get worse and worse with Rip, where it's like, alright, they have the guy. They finally have Vandal Savage. They actually find out that the tech from the Leviathan is actually future technology, so they have a means to go to the Time Masters, and it's like, alright, we can actually go to them. No problems whatsoever. We'll be fine. The team is kind of split up because we have Stein and Jax actually split up because Stein believes that if he sends it back, I'm not 100% sure exactly what modifications he made, but it was like basically his idea was to send him back to 2016. I'm not 100% sure how that makes sense to where he would revert, but I guess he said that it was him just jumping through time so fast would reverse his aging. So I'm assuming that'll work because I don't, because it wouldn't just be all they got rid of Jax, because they even mentioned if they're separated, eventually it would be like in The Flash when Stein was separated from Ronnie for such a long time after the first season, which I believe they say was a couple of months or so. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 months in between season 1 and 2, so he has a lot of time. But at some point excuse me, at some point, if they're split up for too long, Stein will kind of go into like that weird sort of firestorm cardiac arrest type state, and it would eventually kill him. So I'm sure they're going to figure everything out, but at this point, Jax is sent back through time. They also don't have the small escape pod ship, so everyone else is kind of trapped if they need any other way to get off the ship or, get out of the, I forgot what the heck they call it, like the edge of the zone or whatever it's called. But it was just crazy. It was like, alright, so they got rid of him. We have Snart and Mick who, wanted to jump back in time. It was like, we need to get the heck out of here. That didn't work because Stein, sent Jax off just right before they got there. But everything was like pure chaos. And then we have Vandal Savage who's going through all the characters and stuff. And it's like, alright, he's trying to do his mind game. My favorite scene was when Stein did go in and, he's like, Vandal Savage is like, oh, I got everybody, under my wrist. Or in the palm of my hand. I don't know what under my wrist means. But I have everyone in the palm of my hand. And Stein was the only person that kind of got one on him. It's like, thank you. You basically told me exactly what I needed to hear. So I was really happy that happened because Stein is a super smart character. But, he was, Vandal Savage was trying to push everybody's buttons, and it kind of worked a little bit here and there. I thought for sure that when Sarah went to see him, he was going to talk about Laurel, because he brought it up and was like, oh, have you seen Laurel in a while? And it's like, obviously, he's lived through all the time, so he's kept track of, I'm assuming he's kept track of, like, their ancestors and all that extra stuff. So when he first said that, I was like, holy crap, he's about to tell her it's going to happen right now. And then he didn't say anything. I was like, oh, that was surprising, because I thought for sure he was going to be like, your sister died. Like, bet you didn't see that one coming, did you? And stuff like that. I was like, okay, that was not what I was expecting. And we also got to see more flashbacks as well in this episode, and we got to see some extra content for characters when they were leaving and stuff like that as well, which I thought was pretty cool because they did that for Ray with Felicity. And we got to see some other stuff as well, like Jax with his mother, things like that. And I thought it was pretty cool that we got to see some, a bit of extra content for the characters as everyone's kind of reaching the end game, and things are just disastrous because we have Kendra who's trying to be everything that she can for Carter to, bring him back. Like, she's trying to be, a friend, but not too close, and she says, like, the poem and everything, which Ray finally sees, and that's kind of what sends him over the edge, because he was already having his issues with Vandal Savage when we find out that Savage actually did have a relationship with Kendra. I think it was her first life, or technically her second, but her first reincarnated life, and that's when they found each other, and he was like, we were in love and stuff like that until she remembered. And of course it's Vandal Savage, and I was thinking, like, man, I wish Ray would calm down, because it's like, well, of course she denied you. It's like, stabbing people kind of makes them not like you when they realize, oh, I'm a reincarnation because you murdered me and the guy that I actually loved. And it wasn't him. He was just jealous and was like, gotta kill them both. That's who he was. and him saying like, "Oh, she definitely fell in love with me." It's like, well, you can be nice to anybody if they don't know you and just seem like a nice guy. But unfortunately, it got to Ray, and after the love poem and things kind of fell apart, and he and Kendra did actually break up. That's when all the chaos comes in. He lets Vandal Savage out. He gets his couple of punches in. I'm like, all right, if he did that first punch and knocked him down, he could have had this little bit and just stepped out. But of course, I didn't think Vandal Savage would even hit him. I thought he already did the circle thing. I thought he was just gonna back up and kind of swipe the thing. I didn't know it was like locked to everyone's DNA on the ship. I just assumed it was a switch on the outside. But that's what I was thinking was gonna happen. He was just already taunting him, and I'm like, he's just gonna jump back and close the door and be like, "Well, I'm out of here." But he actually had to use Ray's hand to get out. But he, chokes him, knocks him out, uses his hand. He's like, "All right, chaos time," and everything just gets nuts. Like they're already dealing with you not being able to navigate through the ship, and the ship's all sorts of messed up. So they have to use like crazy time traveling space charts and stuff to get through. So Rip is already screwed up, and he got Jax turned into an old man, and he's just causing a lot of issues with his team. But in the end, he kind of rallies a bit. He does take a bullet, or a laser blast, I guess. And I was like, all right, they solved everything. They actually stopped Vandal Savage, because I thought for sure the whole thing was like, well, he escapes, and then he knocks everyone out, and he takes off again, and it's like, well, how are they going to catch him? With these last couple episodes. But they catch him in the episode. They team up. They knock him out, lock him up again, and seemingly everything's, at least big picture wise, everything's fine. Take him into the Time Masters, and it's like, here's proof of everything. He has a little clip, the video clip and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, well, we're going to send you right back to exactly where you were, because for whatever reason, the Time Masters are working with Vandal Savage now, and it's just insane. Like, I could not believe that happened. And, the whole thing, like, past two episodes, really, was Rip trying to save his wife and child. And it's just crazy. It's like, it doesn't make any sense why they'd work with Vandal Savage, why any of this stuff, was really happening. And it explains why they couldn't find him and stuff like that. It's because he was jumping through time as well. So it was just interesting. It made it very interesting. Like, wow, that's why there's really not a lot of info on the guy. It's because he's got time travel powers. He can jump through time because the Time Masters, for whatever reason, are helping him. And so now the team is locked up, and Vandal Savage is like, well, I'm off to kill your wife and kid, and he's going back to the time to rule the planet. And I just don't understand where it could possibly be coming from. I mean, I just don't understand. Like, their whole thing is not to disturb, time, but obviously that's exactly what they're doing. The whole thing was like, this is what we're doing. You can't stop Vandal Savage because it's just the natural progression of time. And then it turns out, like, no, we're just helping him out. We just want to destroy the world for some reason. Like, it's the craziest thing, because they have time travel powers. They could easily just do it themselves if they wanted to. But instead it was like, let's enlist the help of Vandal Savage and let him, like, wipe out a bunch of the planet and stuff like that. I don't know how that's supposed to really help, but I can't wait to see the next episode. This is definitely a crazy ending, and the team's captured. Rip is in, like, he doesn't have his duster, which I thought was weird seeing him without the duster. I was like, he's just in, like, a regular leather jacket, which I was like, that actually looks weird. But the team's, they're all captured. Vandal Savage is working with the Time Masters. They're supposed to be sending him back, but I'm assuming at least with Jax being kind of shot through time, maybe something's going to come of that. Maybe he'll randomly find his way to a different time. He'll be healed again or whatever, and he'll still be able to help them stop Vandal Savage, or maybe save the team or something. I don't really know. Maybe there's an auto thing on the escape pod that brings it back to the whatever time period or location that the main ship is in, the Wave Rider. But I just don't know. It was a crazy ending, and I just can't even. I don't even have a real guess. Like, I just don't know exactly where they could be going. Like, why would they work with them? But I certainly loved the episode. I thought it was really good. I liked the flashbacks. The relationship stuff was actually fairly interesting, because I figured, because Ray has been dealing with some crazy stuff, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he's going to be the one to snap. And it seemed that way even early on. It just got a lot worse because, of course, when he saw Kendra, like, he has the talk with Savage, and right after he sees Kendra doing the poem, and it's like, well, that was 2 hits in a row that he probably didn't need. But it was definitely entertaining. I thought for sure they killed Carter again. I was like, wow, memories came back and everything. And I thought he was going to be the one to, save him. And I was like, okay, that's cool. His memories finally came back and he's fighting and everything. And then he just got stabbed right in the stomach. I was like, wow, what was the point of that? Like, they brought him back, whole episode, relationship issues between Ray and Kendra and trying to save Carter. Comes back and he gets stabbed. I was like, wow, they killed him again. That's it. That's insane. That's messed up. But fortunately, he was alive, and so they were, he was easily able to save him and stuff like that. So he'll, I don't know if he'll be in the whole second season because they probably won't do that again. But we still don't know if they'll actually kill Vandal Savage or not, and we'll just have to wait and see how all that plays out. But I definitely enjoyed this, and I'm very excited to see what they do with the next episode because that's going to lead into the actual finale. So as crazy as this ending was, we still have 2 more hours worth of the show, and it should be pretty nuts. But I definitely loved it, of course. Want to know what you guys thought about it, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And I already mentioned I have no real guesses as to why the Time Masters would even remotely work with Vandal Savage, but I would love to know your expectations or your guesses and theories. Like, why would they want to do that? Like I said, they have time travel. They could really do whatever they want, and it would be plain and simple. Because if they wanted to, they could just send a bunch of people back. To a lot of the episodes we've seen, they could have just sent them back. Like, oh, they have Russian Firestorm. Boom, let's just send all of the our secret time traveling agents right here, wipe out this whole team, and let Vandal Savage destroy the world early or whatever. But maybe that was too much of a change or something. It had to be, after a certain... It's still something related to time travel where it had to be a certain point or whatever. But I definitely want to know your expectations. Like I said, it's just such a crazy twist that I can't think of a reason why that they couldn't have just done it themselves, why they would need, really Vandal Savage to do it. But I don't know. I would love to know your expectations about, why they're working with them. And, of course, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below. Let me know. And thanks for watching.